I made $1,500 in 54 seconds this morning and then blew it all minutes later. So let's get into how this session went. Welcome back to my journey to becoming a profitable trader on the Nasdaq Futures. I am currently on an evaluation with the prop firm Trade Day to become a funded trader. We're about a minute away from the market open. We are drawing these blue lines here to see where we are currently consolidating. At this wider angle, we are able to take a step back and really see what the high and low are of what we're currently working through. As you can see, this is pretty strong consolidation. We are about to enter the market open in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. This is why we don't trade right at the open. This candle is insane. It's going to be at least 20 points, I'd assume. When we have a 2.5 point stop loss, the only thing that is going to happen is either you're going to get stopped out or your computer will glitch, like mine will be later, and your stop loss won't compute, and then you'd be able to go negative as if you don't have a stop loss installed at all. Yep, 20.75 points was that initial point. We don't really enter the game until usually around 8:33 a.m. Central Time, and it needs to be candles consistently around or below 12 points. So that 12.51 right there, I would consider that, but I know that they're going to be bigger candles still coming in. The volatility is still extremely strong for these first couple minutes. We are still working in the same consolidation though. Now, if you were able to perfectly time when it hit that bottom blue line that we're seeing right there, you'd be able to just go long and then enter in, except for right now when we're breaking through. Now, in theory, this would mean that we have broken that structure and we're about to have a downward trajectory. We'll see if that's what happens. So we are seeming to have that negative slope, but these candles are just too big for me to play with right now. If you watched yesterday's video, we went into ATR and how the indicator at the bottom of the screen is able to tell us what those individual candles are, and it's able to give you a glance at how each candle is without having to read on the right side of the chart here what all the candles are worth. This is just nice to have in the background and serves just as much importance as any other indicator because they are all just guidelines. None of these indicators I have up on the screen are hard set rules. Now this is an interesting point right here because this is the first standard deviation away, as well as it runs into the bottom blue line that was resistance previously. We're still working with too big of candles. That one's 7, but we're going to need a couple more than that for it to make sense for us to enter this trade. This week, the volatility has just been really, really high. Now is the point when we would consider entering a trade. We had ATR read a candle at 7 and then one at 9. So we might be looking to sell right here. But now that we've broken across that previous resistance, we're going to go long and see right here. So I entered long, but it was too glitchy. The candle was moving too much, so it actually canceled out my stop loss. So I am negative 8 points right now. If you know me, my stop loss is at 2.5. This can happen. I should just get out right now. I did not because of the candle slowing down. If I see it break below this right here, I would have gotten out, but it just kept dancing. It kept dancing off of this line right here. And now it's going up in my favor. And we're suddenly in the positives. So I want to get out when it hits near this blue line because that's another resistance point. And we're out. There we go. So since I'm selling one contract, that's about $60, but with Trade Day, if you get funded, when you get to the fullest extent of Trade Day's funding, you could trade up to 25 contracts. So that would be $1,500 in 54 seconds of trading. Now we're going to consider going short here. And instead of just calling it a W and getting out lucky because we should have been stopped out immediately on that win, we're going to say, no, why not? Let's just keep trading on our funded account. It's not like we haven't had a win in a couple of days. Our volatility is where we would want it. It's at 8, now 6. I might have to consider zooming into this chart a little bit more too that way. If I do get in a trade and I want to secure my secure my profits so that I at least finish in the green. It's going to be hard to get the counter in between a candle that size. Now we're looking to go long once it hits that blue line, I think. It broke through. That one popped up pretty aggressively. That's going to be the biggest candle that we've seen in a little bit. Yep, 16 points. And what I really should have done is I should have, right here, I should have gone long since it bounced off it a couple of times and I would have had a win right here. So I'm going to try do it again and hope it bounces again. I just need to get a little bit lower and then I'm going to go long. And then we're going to see all these profits disappear. It's going to be super fun. Let's watch together. Here we go. And we're out. All right. So we ended up $10 positive, which would be at $250 on that same extended contract that I was talking about. If you reach trade day's maximum contract amount. So we still finished in the positive on the funded account, but instead of $60 in the green, we only finished $10 in the green. But I bring up those 25 contracts because if you are able to create an edge and a good strategy, it doesn't matter. You just need to be consistently profitable. It doesn't necessarily mean how profitable because you can just increase your contract size. Now we're back to up to really big candles again. 16.75 on that last one. And I'm thinking about going long right here because there's that resistance, but it just shot through it. Don't do it. And now you could almost think about going the other way. Not as strong as it was before. That's still a 15-point candle that we just finished. And it's bouncing off this line right here. You can see these 3 candles right here. I've had boop, boop, we've tried, and then it broke through, so you go sell. And that's what we did. And it did go green pretty good. See, here I should be locking in profits. I stopped out. I'm somebody that if I win very quickly. It just shoots down, but if it starts lingering, it might mean that it's turning around, and I usually try to lock in profits. But since I'm on my sim account, I was kind of letting it play out so that I could have it for data for back testing. We're taking a look at another one of the trading screens that I'm currently experimenting with. It is the same exact setup as the screen that we're trading off of, but the moving average starts at a different time of day, so the chart is shifted a little bit. Now when I'm looking at it, look, it's bounced off, like it goes up off this line a little bit and then goes straight down. Like here, it's definitely like actual resistance. So I'm really considering trying to move over to this chart. Maybe I'll do that next week. Same mindset, just a little bit different data. Entered in one more trade. And stopped out. I think that's going to do it for today, guys. So our first green day this week. So that's something to be proud of. Tomorrow I will not have the time to trade, so I will see you guys all next week while I'll continue documenting my trading journey so that you know that you are not alone on yours. Thanks, guys.